Good. Is it afternoon? Good afternoon, everybody. All right, so I'm Dr. Rattigan, Dr. Susaye, or just Susaye. And so today I'll talk with you about visioning, what that means, and probably invite somebody to come up and I'll do a live visioning exercise with them if anybody's interested. Yeah? All right, so let me start with a little story. Imagine that I invite you to a large palatial estate in Hawaii, right? I'm gonna offer you a 2-week, all expenses paid trip. I'm gonna give you some pocket money, right? $1,000 a day, US, pocket money. But that's not all. When you get there, you'll have a Ferrari parked in the driveway to get you around, right? Gas, it's fine. You'll have a credit card to pay for just gas. When you get inside, you'll find an envelope with your name on it, and in that envelope will be $1 million. Cash. That's just yours. You don't have to share it with nobody. It's not for anything. You're not paying any taxes, nothing. This is just for you, all right? Okay. Now, there's only one catch. Here's the catch. I'm only going to give you this if you can find the estate by yourself. You have to find it. You have to get there. You have to get to Hawaii and find the estate, right? If you can find it, you're going to have to give me back the $3,000 US I just paid for your ticket. Yeah? You're going to have to pay all your own expenses during your stay in Hawaii. No house, no car, no envelope with the money. None of that. Now, your first question might be, so what's the address, right? Now, if my answer was, listen, I already told you it's in Hawaii, you kind of have to find it. You're going to have to find it. Your question, what would your next question be? Where in Hawaii, right? Hawaii has like 7 islands, so where is it? Now, suppose. I said, listen, I'm sorry. Hawaii is enough. That's all you got. You just got to go there. Wouldn't that be frustrating? You don't think? It would be frustrating because you got $1 million waiting for you there, right? You just got to get there. How on earth are you going to find it? If you were to ask me that now, I would say, well, listen, just go to Hawaii and ask. Start looking. But I think I have to give you a general direction, right? But here's what I can give you. I'm going to give you a whole day to find it. Just a whole day. Yes, a whole day. I'm going to give you a whole day to find it. Now, okay, with only 1 day to find it and 7 whole islands, I don't know. Unless you have some superpower, you're not going to find this. You have connection. Oh, connections, all right? So you have to know people who know me and who know where the house is and know all that stuff, right? You feel you got that? All right. Now, knowing that you're going to have to pay your own way, doesn't it sort of motivate you a little bit? It does, right? No, okay. Even if the $1 million was waiting for you, would you even try to find it with no directions, no address, no nothing? You would? Oh, I like that. But the majority of us, it's a waste of time. You're not going to get there with 24 hours to get there. It's not going to happen. Right? So now imagine that I said, you still have this offer. It's great. But here is the address. Actually, better than that. Here's the GPS points. I'm going to give you step-by-step instructions about how to get there. I'm going to give you the key to the Ferrari right now. Key to the house. You're just ready. You just got to get on the plane and just go. How would you feel about that? Well, listen, work with me here. Work with me. It's happening, right? It's happening. I gave you all of that. You had 24 hours to get there. How quickly do you think you'd get there? The next flight available, right? Yes, right. You probably even hire a private jet. You have $1 million, right? Yes, so you would get there significantly quicker than if I had said to you, you have no address, no nothing, no guidance, right? And so now imagine that 97% of people are living their lives like the first scenario I told you about. They want to get somewhere. They want to get to a wonderful place. They have no idea. They have no address. They have no guidance. They have no way to get there. They have no money. They have no nothing. What's their life like? Rough, right? Yeah. And so this is what we're going to talk about, visioning. Being able to see a clear and precise picture of where you want to go, but being able to plan the way from here to there so you can get there quickly or quicker than if you had no guidance, no address, nothing. All right? Now, King Solomon, not particularly a religious person, but I love King Solomon because King Solomon is known to be one of the smartest, wisest men to ever exist, right? Kings and queens would come from all over the world to seek his counsel, and he provided it. Now, King Solomon in Proverbs made this really famous quote. People talk about all the time, that without vision, the people perish, all right? Without vision, the people perish. And that is a very wise, very profound statement. Because when we have no idea where we're going, we have no guidance to get there, we oftentimes get lost and we end up meandering through life and not knowing where we're going and ending up anywhere, really, and then struggling our way through to get from there to somewhere. We enter what is called a perishing process, which is time is going by, our goals are seeming farther and farther away. We might hit some, we achieve something, but then ultimately our big vision sort of goes somewhere to die. And then we end up on that famous deathbed scenario where we're looking at all of our potential and all of the goals that we have sort of flying away. So we're too old to pursue them, or we're too sick to pursue them, right? But the opposite of that is the living process, where we actually actively pursue and achieve our goals because we have a clear vision that's guiding us along the way. You have a clear vision. Now, King Solomon defines a vision. Well, he doesn't define it because he was dead, but based on what he said, a vision is an objective, measurable thing. No, usually we think about vision and we think it's airy-fairy, you just have it, it's great. Or we know about a vision statement, which is this one line that an organization has on its walls, right? That tells you that we are geared towards strategic management and we love people. And then you look at it and you say, it's very nice. But it doesn't necessarily translate into everyday living. And so you have employees who go to organizations like Kamal was just talking about, and they're not interested in you. They're not interested in the work that they're there to do because the vision that the organization's leadership has not translated to something that they can buy into. And so it's essential that we as individuals and as organizations have a clear vision, have a clear, concrete idea, picture of what it is that we want the organization to accomplish and what it is that we want our life to accomplish. Yes or yes? Yes. Okay, so what exactly is a vision? What is a vision? A vision is, again, a clear picture. It's a picture. Now, I know that some of us have trouble with pictures. It's like last month I gave a workshop on a vision board workshop, and to get to the vision board process, we had to go through visioning, which is coming up with the clear picture. And I had a few people there who could not come up with the picture. So we had to do some mind mapping, right? Which is a more concrete process of coming up with a vision. But a vision, to come up with a vision, you have to be passionate. Visioning is actually a process of creating the picture, creating a vivid image of what you want to see happen. It requires an emotional investment in the success of something, the success of a project. A vision has to have a timeline. You don't want to have a concrete timeline because visions tend to grow sometimes and they tend to diminish based on what you've accomplished so far or where you want to go. Visions are alive; they're alive, so they can change. But it's a great idea. Like in my introduction, you had 24 hours to get there, right? So you know that you're working with a particular time, as opposed to we're just freewheeling it. Right? You don't want that. You want something that you can look at, say 5 years or 10 years. Say 5 years from now, I want my organization to look like this. 10 years from now, I want my organization to look like that, or I want my life to look like that. You just don't want to say, I want to hang on the beach. When do you want to hang on the beach? How do we get from here to the beach? You could get there today if you want. So it has to be clear. And it has to be clear, has to be filled with passion. But I'm going to give you an acronym. A successful vision is what you can also call a driving vision. Right? So you can write this down if you like. Driving. So the D in driving stands for demands purpose. It has to be purposeful. Your vision has to have a purpose. Because if it doesn't have a purpose, you are not going to enroll anybody in this vision. And oftentimes for organization, you have to enroll your managers, you have to enroll your employees in your vision, right? So it has to be driven, it has to be driven, but demanding purpose. It has to have a purpose. So the R in driving is results-oriented. Your vision has to be based in results. How do you know that you've accomplished your vision if you don't have clear results that you're working towards, right? What do you want to achieve? What do you want your organization to achieve? What do you want your relationship to look like? What do you want your children to achieve? Where do you want to see them when they grow up 5 years, 10 years? So it has to be results-oriented. Next I, it has to be illuminating. Or it has to illuminate your values. When we create organizations, we create them largely out of our values, or based on our values. We want, like use Kamala, Kamala wants an organization that sort of honors women, that helps women to feel their best when they're getting married. And so maybe honoring or relationship or empowerment is a core value of Kamala's and will translate into the core values of the organization. A lot of organizations have core values as well that do not necessarily translate into the everyday interactions that we have with the organization, right? And so similarly, everybody has core values that govern and guide their lives. And those core values are the foundation on which your vision should grow from. So if you value transparency and honesty in your life, in your relationships, I would put a lot of money on the fact that that would translate into your organization, that you value transparency as well. And so it has to illuminate your values. So when you are talking about your vision or creating your vision, you have to first identify what are the values that you need in your life or that you want your life to operate on that could translate into your business. So we're at demanding purpose, results-oriented, illuminating your values. V, vibrant. All right, so imagine, let's go back to the beach thing. You want to go to the beach, Doctor's Cave. It's a very nice beach. You want to go there. You're here right now. I want you to close your eyes and to think about you being at Doctor's Cave Beach. Close your eyes and think about it. You're laying on one of those lounge chairs. You can feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. You're under an umbrella. There's a sexy man or a sexy woman walking by with a Mai Tai. Huh? Oh, sorry, your wife or husband. in their best bodies, walking by with a drink for you. You hear the ocean, it's lapping. You can smell the salt water, right? You hear the laughter of people. You feel relaxed. Your body is relaxed. Your muscles are relaxed. You're fully present in the moment. You're there, right? Can you see that? Can you feel that? How does that feel? It feels good, right? Right. Your vision has to be that vibrant. It has to be that vibrant. When you think about where you want your life or your business to be at the time that you have decided, what does that feel like, taste like, smell like? Who are the people around? What are they wearing? What's the conversation like? What's the climate like? Is there laughing? Are you enjoying it? What's going on? What obstacles have you encountered? Where are you? What does that feel like? And as I talk about it, I can feel goosebumps on my body. Well, that's how vibrant your vision has to be. You have to be able to taste it, to feel it, to know what it's like to be there, right? Because as much as it's in the future, you have to own that vision so much that you can stand in the future. Having a vision is like standing here with your foot there, right? You're in the present, but you're projecting into the future, and you have to feel it in order for it to happen. We talk about abundance and manifestation, right? We talk about that. It's the ability to feel whatever it is that you want. And if you can't feel it, it's not manifesting, right? So it has to be vibrant, so clear, so succinct, so tight, so emotional that there's no way that it cannot happen, right? So V is vibrant. I, the next I, identifiable. It has to be something that other people can identify with, because oftentimes we don't keep our visions to ourselves, right? And there are other people who are invested and involved. If you have a vision for your family, your wife and your husband and your children are also invested, they're also involved. If you have a vision for your company, your employees are involved, your stakeholders are involved, your board, the customers, everybody's involved. So it has to be something that is clear, that is easy to discuss, easy to talk about with other people. So not so complex that only you can understand it. And it has to be something that you can share with other people, they can identify with and say, oh, yeah, okay, I can see that. I can see where we're going with that. Oh, that's cool. Or even if they can't see it, they at least understand, right? It's something to be mindful of. Not all the people will be able to see your vision or be able to buy into your vision, particularly, if it's for your organization. You have to enroll them. And if it's confusing, like they say, if you're selling something and people are confused, they're not what? They're not buying. They're not buying. And so oftentimes we have to end up selling the vision to other people. So it has to be clear so that they can buy, right? And never ending. Although oftentimes we have a timeline on our vision, we have a timeline until we get to a particular place. Because by the time we get there, we've expanded that vision. It's become something else, right? Or, we've accomplished a piece and we've added something else. So now it's bigger. So don't create a vision that when you achieve it in 5 years, there's nowhere else to go, right? And so I want to also speak to the fact that you hear dream big, dream big, dream big, but your vision has to be big enough that it motivates you and that it pushes you, but not so big that it demotivates you, right? Not so big that you're like, crap, I'm never going to get this, so I'm not even going to try. So dream big, but not so big that you'll never even attempt it. So it's never ending. It's big. It has room to grow. And G, guiding. Guiding. See, I talk about vision in every aspect of my life. So like Kamala, I'm a clinical psychologist as well. So I have a practice. And when my clients come in, I have something I ask called the miracle question, which is just for them to create a vision for where they want to go in terms of the work that we're doing together, right? So I coach individually with organizational leaders, and I ask them in their individual work, what is the vision that you have for the work that we're going to do together in 3 to 6 months, or however long we're going to work together? What is the vision that you have for our work together? Randomly, anybody I'm talking to, the question is, what is the vision you have for your life? Because if you don't have a vision for your life, you're not going anywhere, and we really don't have the need to be together, right? So what is the vision? What is the vision? Because your vision should guide every decision that you make. It should guide every decision that you make. Your vision should be so detailed and such that if you need to make a business decision, you should be able to consult your vision and find out whether or not that's a good decision to make or not. In your relationship, the decisions that you make, you should be able to consult your vision for your relationship to decide, is this a good decision for my relationship or not? Or is this a good decision for me to make? Does it line up with the vision that I have? If not, that's a no. And if it does, then hey, we move forward. So it should guide you. It should also guide your employees and how they interact with the customers. It should guide your presentation of your products. It should guide your branding. It should guide almost everything about the way that you do business or the way that you do life. So it's a really powerful thing to have, organizationally as well as individually. So I gave you a long list. That sounds great, right? If you have that, you know, you're going away places. You're doing big things. But how do you get there? How do you get from that list to actually having a vision? Now, there are a couple of different ways. One of the simplest and most fun ways is through vision boards, right? You've heard about vision board parties, those kinds of things. A vision board is a physical manifestation of a vision, right? So oftentimes people will cut out magazines and look at the pictures that they want that represents the vision and put it on a board. And then they'll keep that board hung up in the kitchen or in their office, because you can have, right. You can have a personal vision board, keep it at home. You can have a business organizational vision board you keep in your office. But that's one simple way that you can do that. There's also, I mentioned earlier, mind mapping, right? Where you just identify what is the core goal you want to have and draw some lines from a circle out to other circles. And in there you have different goals or different keywords that all connect to that inner circle, right? So that's another way. One of my favorite ways, and something I've demonstrated, is visualization. Visualization is a tool, right? It's a tool to help you to get into contact with your vision, to define it. And so something as simple as this. I'm going to ask you to participate in this exercise with me real quick, as I have 15 minutes. So close your eyes, if you will. Okay. So imagine you are walking. You're maybe 85, 87. Hopefully you're walking. You're walking. Listen, you're vibrant young people. You're walking at 85. So you're 85 and you're walking into a church. There's a lot of people, you know, all the friends, all the family sitting there, people you've worked with, they're sitting in the church. And as you walk down the aisle, you get to the top of the church and there's a coffin, nice coffin. A coffin, nice coffin, very nice. Cherry wood, has a nice picture, some flowers. You look at the picture and that's you. Yeah, that's you. So you look around and you realize you're dead. It's okay. You feel good being dead. You're fine. So you have a seat, and as you sit down, you realize you're at your funeral, right? You're at your funeral, so you have a seat. And one by one, your friends and your family, your colleagues, who you've worked with, people you've run across in life, go up on the podium, and they share their experience of you throughout your life. They share what you've accomplished, how you've touched their lives, how you've touched the community, what your business has done. They share all these wonderful things, who you were, all the places you traveled to, all the things you did. As you sit through it, you listen. You really listen about who you have been on this journey through life, what your business has done, what you've accomplished. As you listen, certain things jump out at you. The things that you're proudest of, the things that you wish you've changed. What your business has done, whether you still have the same business or not. You know, who you're married to, if you're married 5 times, your kids, all of those things. They talk about that. As you listen, you feel a sense of pride because you've done well, right? You've lived your life well. What did they say? What did the people say? What did you do? What did you accomplish? Who did you help? How did you help them? Now, if you do this exercise, it will tell you a whole lot about the vision that you have for your life and for your business, right? So that's one example of visualization and how visualization can help you connect with your vision. So you can do that at home, if you will. That will help you to get clear. You can do it just for your business. Say, imagine 10 years from now, 15 years from now, or you're dead. What do people have to say about your business? What's the impact? What's the legacy that you have left? You can do that for your relationship, your 50th, 80th anniversary. What do your children, your grandchildren, all your friends and your family and other couples, what do they say about you and about your marriage and how it's impacted other people, right? Who you've become. And so I've also included, in the handout that you just gotten, an exercise known as the Vivid Vision. Now this is written by this entrepreneur, Cameron Herold, in his book Double Double, which is about how to double the revenue for your business in 3 years. And so it's just another exercise, a visualization exercise that asks you specific questions to help you to be clear on what that vision is for your organization. But then, because we're not solely focused on our organization, it also helps you to flesh out the professional pieces, health pieces, spiritual, all these other pieces that make up a holistic individual. So you can also do that. All right. Let me see what time I have, because I want to invite somebody who's interested in allowing me to help them to flesh out their vision to come up and do a hot seat with me if they want to. Would anybody like to volunteer? Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, Conrad, yes. All right, hi, Conrad. Thank you. Okay, how are you?
I'm good.
All right, awesome. So, Conrad, you want to talk about your vision real quick?
Oh, no, I thought you was going to ask me the question.
I am going to ask you, so you want to talk about it real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So, Conrad, we're going to start with that exercise that we just did. Actually,
That's the one with 85?
yeah, but never mind, forget that. Let's do something simple. All right, close your eyes, Conrad. Close your eyes. I mean, we're in public, Conrad. Close your eyes. All right, Conrad, imagine that you're backstage. You're dressed up, you're in your nice tuxedo, you're looking great, shoes are on point, you're ready. Outside is a throng of people who are waiting to hear what you have to say because they know that Conrad has something amazing to share with them. Right? So the speaker says, "Put your hands together for Conrad as he's about to blow your minds with what he has to share with you." Now, you have to go out there and take 1 minute, Conrad, and share with the people something that you know for a fact about how to live their lives in a way that's meaningful. What would you say?
Can I open mine?
Yes, go ahead.
Well, one of the things that you have to do in life, you have to have purpose. I've dedicated a part of my life to showing that it's not about just making money. It's about giving back to society. And just based on the fact that Kamala just did that interesting presentation, I've lost No, I'm getting up for a second. No, for a second.
Okay.
I lost several family members to cancer.
All right.
So when we took that initiative to make a purpose out of life, that was one. I'm done for my minute. That's my minute.
Oh, you're done for? That was like 45 seconds. Okay. All right. So you need to take a deep breath. You're good? All right. So purpose, right? So purpose. So I can understand that whatever organization or whatever work that Conrad does, purpose has to be very core to that, right? Whether for himself or for the other people that he comes into contact with. So purpose is first. Conrad, tell me about your organization. I'm going to take you through another visualization strategy. We come to a building, and outside this building is the name of your organization. What is it?
Cover Me Up.
Cover Me Up. So Cover Me Up is on the front, it's on the outside. As we walk into the building, this is your space, right? Whatever is in that space is a reflection of everything that your organization represents. I want you to walk us through that. When I walk in, what do I see? What am I supposed to feel, right? What is the culture like? What are people who are interacting with me? What are they saying to me? How am I supposed to feel?
Is this a true vision or is this what I should expect?
That's your vision. Your vision.
My true vision. Well, it should be that when you walk into the space, you're supposed to be wowed by not only the personnel, but also the ambiance of the location to make you get so comfortable that you're relaxed and want to do business with Cover Me Up events.
Why? What you still want to be comfortable? That's I like that. But let's get into it a little bit deeper. Why? How are they talking?
All right.
To
Well,
me? How are they treating me?
Well, our business has generated a lot to do with weddings. So with the same focus like a lot of persons in this room, you want to have that one-on-one communication. You want to have that touch. You want to have that interpersonal skills to get that bride or groom so comfortable with you. Say, yo, I fit the business with that man or that woman, for argument's sake. So
Because you listen to them, you make them feel heard, you cater to their needs.
that's what I would want to do.
Yeah, right. So we're talking about that vision
That
you
vision.
would have for how your organization works, right?
Correct.
So when a person walks into your organization, they feel welcome. You know,
Right.
Your employees are at their beck and call.
Right.
You know, they're catering to their needs. They're inquiring about what they want. They have water. They have tea. They have something to make them feel comfortable. They have magazines.
Sounds
there.
good.
Right. So I'm just walking you through, right? And as you take them through the process, they're in constant communication. Feedback is communication. Customer service is great. They get a call back right away. Their emails are responded to. When the wedding is finished, you give them a little gift bag because you've done really, really well, or because you want to leave a lasting impression on them so that they're lifelong customers.
Sounds great.
Right? Right. And so every time they think of Cover Me Up, they feel what?
They feel covered. They feel like they are totally covered.
They feel covered in every way, right?
Correct.
Emotionally, physically.
The job's
always.
accomplished. They're going out, saying good things, putting their social media cred, saying the best company they ever worked with in life.
Okay.
Right.
Awesome. Awesome. And what is your role?
My role is to put persons in that role to do all the other things.
All right. So you are the leader.
Well, I realized that I've come to a point where it was getting to me a little bit too much. So I've tried to put other persons in those places to get me out of the picture and have their vision kind of come to the forefront of what it was supposed to be when I was so passionate and I love everybody, and all of a sudden the love just got it over the business, So yeah, so you need to put people in place to do that now.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. I know I have 1 minute left. Okay. I'm gonna just tackle that real quick because you do. But here's something that came across my desk last week is that another leader was saying that another coaching organization told her that she needs to have people who she can put the rest of the business on while she goes off. But there's a process to that, right? So you have to ensure that the people who you are transferring the role to manage the vision are equipped to manage the vision in a way that translates the vision into reality in a way that you would like, right? Before you can step away. So maybe that would require for you to deal with some of whatever is happening with you so that you can go back and man the field to accomplish the vision that you had initially set out, right? Or to make some edits to it so that it is feasible at this point before you make that transfer so that you're not yearning for it. Yeah, we're not in cut and run, but thank you so much, Conrad, for your participation, and thank you so much, everybody, for your time. And my paper on the floor, but it's okay. Thank you so much for your time, and like lots of gentlemen. Look at this. Yeah. No pop dong man. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rattigan. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.